Hello, this is Jack from Soho Launch, and I'm going to do a two-part series about using the e-newsletter module in Soho Launch Ultra. And this first part in this video will just go over gathering email addresses from your site visitors to use with the module. And the e-newsletter module uses a database table to pull email addresses from. And there are three main ways to do that. One is to add a form on your page that your site visitors can fill out. And the other is to upload a CSV file that you have. And the last one is to use the cart customers database table. So first of all, I want to show you how to use a form for gathering email addresses. And I already created a form using this web forms module to save some time. And now I want to add it onto a page. So I'll select this pages module. And I already created a page called e-newsletter signup, and I'm setting it aside just to house the form that my site visitors are going to use. So I'll select to edit it here. And once I'm on the page, I'll use the forms module and drag it onto a cell. And from the available forms drop-down menu, I should be able to see the e-news form that I set up, and of course that's right here, so I'll select that. And at this point you want to do one essential thing, and that is to create a database table for this form. Because like I said, the e-news module uses database tables to pull email addresses from. You can use both an email address and a database table to send the submissions to, but the main thing is to have a database table. So I'll just call this one e-news, and I'll put this form on the page, and I'll view the page to show you what my form looks like. And it's asking me to save it, and I'll be sure to do that. And on this preview page, you'll see that this form is only asking for the first name, the last name, and the email address of my visitor. And these are really all the essentials I need for my e-newsletter module. I'm going to go ahead and fill it out to show you how the database is already automatically filled out when this form is submitted. And I've got this CAPTCHA, which is probably a good idea to have to stop spam submissions. So I'll select submit, and it looks like it's gone through. So I'll close this page, and I'll show you in my database tables manager how that table should already be set up automatically. And of course there it is right there. And really hands off once I give that name to the database when I added the form onto the page. And if I view that record, I should see that first submission that came through. And yep, there's my submission I sent. So that's the main way to gather email addresses through forms. And the second way I'm going to show you is how to upload a CSV file to the database table manager. And a CSV file is a different format for an Excel spreadsheet. So you may have an Excel spreadsheet with a list of email addresses and customer names, and you want to somehow get that into Ultra so you can use it for the e-newsletter module. So I'm going to go back to this database table manager area. It's a good place to start. And I'll clear my recent history because it saved the database I just looked at. So now I want to show you how to convert a standard Excel spreadsheet file into a CSV format. This is a really common question that we get, and it's not as hard as it sounds. But I'm going to drag over an Excel spreadsheet that I have so I can show you how to do this. And you'll see here that I have this pretty small, simple, Excel file with my customers' first names, the last names, and the email addresses. And I have a few examples of names here and email addresses. So since this is only in the standard Excel format, I want to change it to the CSV format. And to do that, I'll click File and Save As. And in the Save As dialog box, I should have an option to save it as a different file type. Right here you can see. And I'll select this drop down to do that. And I have a lot of options for file types, but I want to be sure to select this one, the .csv file type. So I'll select it and save as, or excuse me, just click save. And it's going to ask me to keep the character format, and the default should be okay. And it's saying it's only saving the active or open sheet. That's fine too. So it looks like it was saved, and I can close this now. And now I can upload it to Ultra from my computer. And to do that, I'll click this Create Table and Import CSV link up here at the top. and I'll give it a name. eNewsList should be okay. And that's, excuse me, I'm just giving the database table a name. So I'll select Next. Now at this point I want to browse to the file on my computer and upload it. So I'll select this Browse button. And you'll see the CSV file that I have here. You want to be sure not to upload the original Excel spreadsheet, but the one that we saved as a CSV. So I'll select that one. And it says that the file was uploaded successfully and the database was created. So we can go ahead and see what that looks like. And here you'll see this database was made called eNewsList. And I'll view the record to show you that the names were submitted correctly. And you'll see that all the users that I had in my Excel spreadsheet were added as a table, as well as their email addresses over here. So now I'll be able to use this email address list for my e-newsletter. The last thing I want to show you is how to use the cart customers table. So I'll navigate back to the main database table area. And the cart customers table is a systems table, so you want to be really careful with what you do with this table. But to find it, you click the System Tables tab at the top, and you'll have this cart customers table. And assuming you're using the shopping cart module and you're selling items, all your customers' information will be stored in this table. So I'll view this table to show you what's in here. And the customers will have a bill to email address, and you can use this email list for your e-newsletter module. This is basically sending the newsletter to all the users who've used your shopping cart. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in part 2 where this should be a lot clearer about how to use these tables. So I'll talk to you then.